Jay, so we learned that Charlie Munger passed away, who was Warren Buffett's longtime business partner and friend. And I listened to a portion of a recent interview of Charlie's, and he said something that really struck me, and I wanted to ask you about it. He said that as they were building the company, him and Warren lived together for a long time in their families in one house. And that people around them that were successful were building bigger houses and moving into different neighborhoods, but they chose to live together. And I just want to talk about like the mindset that it really takes for success, knowing and understanding that sometimes you're going to have to make a non traditional decision. So, what do you think about that?
One, I think it's dope, but I think that together meant like they both decided to stay in their houses with their families that they had, not living together like roommates. But because Warren Buffett did stay in the same house in like 1964, and he's still in his house. They're going to die in the houses they had since the 60s. That's just super dope, man. Like, that's just like some of the dopest shit I've ever seen and heard. There was a pastor back in Maryland who did that. He was pastor of a church a mega church, 2 locations. I think the church has 3 locations now. It's multiple members, maybe 10,000 members, all that other stuff. And he used to drive a Geo Prism. And his counterpart pastors with S.T.A.R.V.Es, Range Rovers, all type of stuff. And he used to drive an S.T.A.R.V.E. It's not that he couldn't afford what they had. You know what I mean? AME Church pay you according to the size of your church and stuff like that. So he had the money, but it's something in you, man. Those special individuals who can be humble enough within themselves to know that I'm who I am, no matter what I'm driving, no matter what I'm wearing. Man, those are special people. And everybody's not like that. Everybody's not like that. So I got to give props when props are due, because I don't even clown people for not being like that, because it's difficult. People have a thought process, and really, you ask when people say, oh man, you wasting money on a car and you should do this. No, sometimes that car actually helped that person is the level of advertisement that they needed to get to where they going. Because I'm sorry, our people don't believe. They don't believe. You can talk all that stuff you want. You might know the knowledge, but until they see it, they won't support or they won't invest. They won't do anything. So them brothers, them gentlemen literally figured out ways to get money not needing y'all. And that's the kicker. When you learn how to make money not needing other individuals, when you're an investor, you got your bread, you put your bread into something, you make your money that way. And so it didn't matter where they lived, how they lived. That didn't stop them from making their money. That didn't prevent them because they didn't have the latest car or the latest upgrade in their house. That didn't prevent them from getting money. And so when that's the case, I think that really, takes it to another level for you. So I think that's something we can learn from, is to put ourselves in a situation where how we look on the outside doesn't affect how we earn our living and what we think about ourselves. So that's the lesson I would take from that. But it was dope, man, to hear and to understand that these cats, like I think he had said that, a lot of friends of theirs that were going to get the newer houses and everything like that, but they chose to. And then another thing that he said was amazing was that he didn't want to damage his kids. He said he didn't want to damage his kids in that space. He said he wanted his kids to, understand that they had to work and earn the things that they get in life. And he had plenty of money to go ahead and buy the bigger things, but hey, they need to leave some room for them to do something else on their own and grow to another level. So, I mean, that's just a phenomenal testimony. I don't care, black, white, purple, whatever. That's something that can be respected or should be respected. And it's also something we can learn from.